Hi, my name is Lucy Bradley. I'm an extension specialist in urban and consumer horticulture at NC State, and I want to share with you a tool that we've developed that I think will be really helpful to you in selecting plants to put in your edible landscapes. The address for the toolbox is plants.ces.ncsu.edu. And when you type that in, this is the home page that it brings you to. It's a large database that does a lot of different things, but primarily it's designed to help people select plants for a specific place, to help them identify a plant. And then we also have a design gallery to look at plants in landscapes and look at combinations of plants and how they work together. So what I want to show you is how to select plants to work with early child care centers or children. So you go to the search box that's in the upper right corner and you type early child, and then at that point it's popped up and given you all of the things that that match that. And what we want is this tag that says early childhood. So we're going to click on that and it finds 46 different plants for us that are going to be good choices. It lists them automatically with a scientific name. Each plant has one scientific name that matches that plant. So this is a very efficient way to look at it. We also have them listed by common names. So you'll see we went up to 283 plants. And what that means is there's 283 common names for those 46 plants that we have. So there's multiple copies on here, but it's a lot easier to find a plant. If you're used to using common names, you can find the plant really easily this way. Okay, so we've limited our options to the plants that are in the early childhood category. Then you come over here to the left side and you can enter more information to get better plants that will do better on your site. So you can identify how much light you have. Maybe you have full sun, which is great. Most of the plants in our list will thrive in full sun, but some of them will also thrive in partial shade. So there's full sun part of the day, but no more than 6 hours a day. So if you have partial sunlight, then be sure to select this box. I'm going to leave it on full sun so we get the most different ones to work with as we're practicing. Okay, so you selected your light. And then the next thing, I mean, any of these that you have information or that's specific to your site, you can add information in on that. Encourage you to select your region. So in North Carolina, we have coastal, mountain, and Piedmont. I'm in the Piedmont, so I'm going to click the Piedmont. You can also, or instead, I guess I should say, you could instead choose the USDA plant hardiness zone. So if you're not in North Carolina, just use the USDA options. And if you go to the help section, it explains the USDA codes and it helps you figure out what your code is. So you can do that if you'd like. All right, so now we have plants that are going to thrive in the amount of light that we have, that are going to thrive in the location that we have. So we can come down and you can say, what type of plant are you looking for? And maybe what you want is to grow some fruit trees. So you would come down here and click on tree. It pulls up trees for us to look at. And you can choose either by going to an individual page and looking at the record and realizing that there's interesting things about that plant that you want. Like, for example, this pineapple guava has a fabulous flower that is delicious. The petals taste just like marshmallows. Kids love them, so that might be a really fun thing to have an edible flower for your garden. But you can also use the selector over here. So say you want to focus on more than just teaching young people to grow food. You want them to experience texture and color and shape and size. And so you can say with the leaves, I want, I think I want a rough leaf, so they can feel that roughness. And so that pulls up the fig tree, which has these lovely big leaves that are really fun. So you can have plants that have really small leaves and big leaves. You can have all different shades of green leaves and sometimes other shades as well. Different shapes of leaves. So that's one of the things that you can do with the finder is, get the core things that matter the most to you, and then when you're still teasing it down, you can see what else you might want to do. So you can look at trees. You could also look, we're at this whole plant traits and we're selecting plant type. That's where we got to trees. But if we select shrubs, we can come in and look at the shrubs that are available. So maybe blackberry is something that you're interested in growing. And the pictures are neat little thumbnails, but they're also blow up into much bigger images, and you can use these images in a variety of ways with your kids and your parents. The photographer's name and the Creative Commons license is listed there for you, so that you can use them. So the bulk of the plants that we have for you are actually vegetables. So if you come down to the whole plant type and select vegetables, then you've got lots of different vegetables. And you can tell which ones are the same plant with different common names because you'll have the same array of images to look at. So lots and lots of great stuff to choose from. Okay, so we have rough still checked, so we want to take that off. So when you go, see now we've got four panels of vegetables, but let's go look. So the last one I want to show you tomatoes because I think that's a really good example. How you can get good information from the sheet. So there's lots of images. They show you can have it pronounce the name for you.
Solanum lycopersicum.
And it also spells that out phonically for you to know if you want to use a botanical name. There's information over here on the left side. So the first one is what is this plant sometimes confused with? And it has a potato over here. You might think, how would anybody confuse those two? And they might not confuse the potato part that we eat and the tomato part that we eat, but the plants themselves are in the same family and very similar. Plants that fill a similar niche are ones that share the same tags. And this whole section down here is a big warning sign to you, right? This is common insect problems. So the only one thing there, that's great. Common disease problems, lots and lots and lots of different diseases that tomatoes have. So when you click on that, it'll take you to information about how to identify that disease and how to manage it. So you can come back to this even after you've selected your plants and you're growing them. If you have problems, come look here to see about how to take care of that. Many of the plant profiles have a video that's attached. They're usually less than 5 minutes.
If you've ever tried to grow tomatoes at home, I'm sure you've had the experience of watching those cute little plants that you put in at the beginning of the season turn into absolute monsters by the end of the summer.
So you can come listen to those and get more detailed information about any of the plants. That is what I wanted to show you, was how to navigate the site to find edibles for your garden. So remember, you come to the home page, you type in early childhood. Early childhood, click on it, and then you can use these tools over on the left to narrow your field or to get specific plants. For example, one of the things you might want to do is look at resistance to challenges. Man, I need some things that are going to be resistant to deer in my garden. So if you click on that, you get 10 plants from our selected ones that are resistant to deer. And you may not want to limit your garden to that. You want to be sure that you have a lot of those in there. So if the deer come and take out other things, you still have some stuff to share. So there's lots of things that are resistant. There's also, you can come in and have problems to exclude. So lots of information for you to use as you're selecting plants for your garden. I hope it's helpful to you, and I wish you luck with your garden.